Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Area 51 podcast. Today we've got a very interesting episode. It's nothing to do with immigration, thank God. We'll take a break from all of that. We're going to talk about something that a lot of us have kind of noticed when we made the transition from India to US, right? The first we come here super skinny. By the time we're done with our grad school program or any other degree, a few years after that, we look at it, we've gained 20, 30 pounds. And there's not any noticeable diet changes that we've made, but we see this. We start getting acne, we start getting food intolerances such as dairy and gluten, and it's very strange. And this is a rite of passage that almost every immigrant goes through, right? Today, we thought we'd get to the bottom of that, and I've got someone who's very well established in this field. She's got her own page, Diaspora Nutrition, and she's done quite a lot of work in this field. So we've got Neha Shah in the house. Hey Neha, welcome to the Air 51 podcast.
Thank you, Rahul. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. I stumbled onto your page a few months ago, and I went through your content, and I found it very interesting, right? Because nobody's ever broken it down from an immigrant's perspective. It's
Exactly.
always, hey, you know what? You lose weight, you cut carbs, high protein, count your calories, use apps, MyFitnessPal. That's it. That's majority of the fitness influencers or content that I've seen online is this, but yours is very refreshing, right? Because you not only looked at it from an immigrant lens, you spoke about our food,
Yeah.
right? You spoke about our problems, right? You face the same thing, so it was very relatable knowing that we are hearing this from someone who's not only gone through the same paths that we've gone through, and who also has experience in nutrition. So that's why I thought it'll really help our community to listen to you and listen to what all we've got planned for today.
Yeah, it's awesome to, first of all, bring people like me also because whenever we talk about immigration, everybody is stuck into this thought of career coaching or student mentoring or resume working, right? It always revolves around these topics, but nobody is talking about the food
Yep.
changes in our health as an immigrants that we face, and that's the
Yep.
last thing we notice until we experience the broken healthcare system of US.
You're right. And that's why I said today we're not talking about anything related to H1B or anything. And I feel like the second thing is because we're so caught up in that rat race
Correct.
here, we don't prioritize food enough to talk about it, right? By the time we do, which is when we are slightly well established enough to take a step back and look at it, it's a
Yes.
little too late, right?
Yes. It is not just little too late. It's there is no solution provided. No one
Yeah,
is talking to you
exactly.
from that point of view.
Yep. Which is why I thought this was good and this is very timely also, right? For that we're doing this. And so let's do a quick introduction. Yeah, it's like I know a lot about you. But I just want to make sure that I'm sure a lot of our listeners probably are already followers of your work and your page. But can you give us a quick introduction about yourself, your journey, your background, so that everyone else following, knows who you are?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a software engineer by degree, and I did work with IBM for 2 to 3 years. But I moved to US from India in the year 2014. I had my 1 year old daughter,
Oh
and
wow. Okay.
yeah, I came as a dependent with my husband here.
Okay.
And we were having, good life, US new life, and okay, we had the access to Indian foods also. So it was all going good. We didn't have any visa issues or, working permit issues also. But before I start my, MNC work life again, I was planning my second child here. And but post my second motherhood journey, it was very different from what I experienced back in India.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were the differences, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, sure, why not? As a mother, coming back to your original strength of how was it pre-pregnancy was very
Right.
easy in India because of the quality of the food that we are getting, the care that we are getting from our elders or from any experienced person you have at your home is different. But same thing when I'm coming to US and my post delivery, postpartum plan and food is just so crap that I never was able to come back to my original strength.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that was my wake up
Okay.
call actually that something is wrong. My body's not getting fat. I'm getting inflamed and weak day by day.
Okay. And it's surprising you caught it because I'm sure a lot of folks have gone through the motherhood journey here, right? But maybe it's the fact that, you already had a daughter in India and then you came here, you could tell the difference right away, which
Yes,
probably
yes.
probably might have contributed to. And so you found this out. What did you do about it? Like, did you decided that you wanted to break it down and understand what went wrong?
Definitely. So as usual, you go on and scroll Instagram pages and then find solutions on Google, what to do, what
Right.
is
Right.
I have never done that. First of all, let me be clear. I never dieted. Not even for my marriage to look pretty in my pics. Like because we were naturally, I was very naturally lean, good
Right.
looking,
Right.
good proportion of body composition, whatever you wish for. It was very
Right.
naturally ingrained. So I never dieted for that. And I also remember the diets that were there in our growing up teenager, youthful days was pretty much like those 5 days cabbage soup diet,
Okay.
military fashion diet, which
General
we,
Motors.
correct, GM diet,
CM died.
which we knew that has to be done only for 5 to 7 days and you need to stop. So
Right.
those diets were actually good. They were clear on your face that कि भैया ये पूरे टाइम नहीं करना है जिसको temporary solution चाहिए fast चाहिए you do
Right.
it and then
Right.
you live it. But now when you go for the online solutions, this is a new concept that is coming that you need to know about the calories of the food, how much you are intaking it, how much you
Right.
are burning it.
Right.
And on paper, it was so simple. Wow, you just need to subtract your calorie burn and
1200
calorie
calories.
intake. Correct, correct. And you can lose your weight. It's simple. But Indian food is not simple. Neither our bodies are, right?
Right. Right.
But once you go through that, first of all, पहला 3-4 महीना तो self educate करने में लग गया कि how do I put my Indian food on the paper? How much calories? So how many whatever food items I'm eating, what is the database telling that how much is this calories and how much I'm burning and everything. So
Got
you do exercise, you walk, and you do all those crazy stuff. It's unsustainable.
So
It's
you
hard work.
performed all these experiments on yourself in the
Yes,
start.
I did. I did lose weight, but more than losing weight, I also lost my patience.
So was this when you said I need to get some formal education and you went for your course in nutrition?
Correct. So
Was
I
this
I
when?
tried first three things: calorie counting, then
Right.
tracking my carbs, protein, and fat on my
Right.
fitness pal app. Third I also followed a low carb diet, which used to tell me you have to calculate your net carbs. So as low as possible. So what is
Okay.
net carbs? Is carbs minus the fiber.
Okay.
It should be
Interesting.
less than
Yeah.
5.
Lesson five.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Sounds like keto.
yeah, keto, but with some kind of, carb independence. And that also I did, and it was very terrible. I used to feel very hungry in the night time, dinner time. And yeah, I did only for 1 month. Keto was only in my khayali pulao. I couldn't just get it. Yeah, I couldn't do anything practical about it. I was so scared, and now I have to buy coconut flour and almond flour, and I have to make the roti out of it. I don't know what else things was there. So it was just in my mind, wo khayal pulao hi rahega keto. I couldn't even implement a single step of it. So yeah, so after that, I lost the weight, I gained it back again. Strength training. So strength training was something I came across, and it was really helpful. So I stick to that.
Right.
Right, your body composition really changes a lot. But then when your food habits are not good or your diet is not sustainable, you cannot strength training alone will not give you amazing results,
Right.
right?
Right.
So then I talked to my husband and I said I want to learn nutrition because all these people are making me crazy. I'm crying every day that why my body is looking like this. This is not natural, this is not normal.
Oh, this is the post-pregnancy weight that you'd put on? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not just the
Okay.
weight, as I said, I was not fat, I was inflamed. There was something.
Okay.
So I'm very aware of my body type,
Okay.
right?
Right.
So when
Right.
some pockets of fats start appearing from,
Okay.
weird sides of your body, you come to know that this is not normal.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, and that is the self intuition, you will get it. Any person will get it. And I used to talk about that. And then my husband used to say that, okay, fine, then eat less, na. थोड़ा चल लो घर में ही हो ना इसलिए ज्यादा वो सब हो रहा है which is fair because they don't know any other nitty gritty about that.
Correct. Yeah.
तो मैंने कहा यार मैं कितना चलूँ, मैं कितना कम खाऊं, मेरे 2 छोटे बच्चे हैं, मैं ब्रेस्ट फीड भी कर रही हूँ, मुझे भूख लगती है, किसी को समझ में नहीं आ
Yeah.
रही है क्या ये
Yeah.
बात?
Yeah. Yeah. You need the natural thing anyone says when you say you need to lose weight is like eat less, right? And someone who's already dieting, living on 1200, which is technically the bare minimum you need. How much more can you cut, right?
How much
Yeah.
more can I cut? So it was
Yeah.
getting frustrating, and I said that I want to learn about nutrition to help
Okay.
myself because neither you and neither these diet experts are helping me out at all. So I first searched about that which program to go. I did not wanted to go to normal certifications, which will again teach me about calories and carbs and proteins. I said this is not the way. I know that Indian food cannot be put into the pockets. That thought was there that this is not right.
Correct.
So I went to a holistic nutrition coaching where the integrated part of the food, environment, and body was being taught. So the institute from where I did my learning is called Institute of Integrative Nutrition, IIN, which is a very renowned firm
Okay.
all over the world, in fact. So I did that with my, little infant baby, and and in the night time, because mothers are awake in the night time because
Yeah.
you to
The baby and
yeah
stuff.
to
Yeah.
look after the baby. So that time I also started talking to my mother, and all my childhood memories started coming back. कि हम लोग कैसे खाते थे, मम्मी क्या देती थी, and we had pretty good form of nutrition practice in our house.
Right. Right.
So I started connecting the dots कि जो मुझे सिखा रहे हैं इंस्टीट्यूट में, it's nothing different. These were the same things my mother used to do for me in my family.
But we just didn't know there was a reasoning behind it.
It's just like when first level, when you go out of your house, you go into your college or hostel to
Right.
study or go for the job. सबसे पहले क्या छूटता है? दूध पीना छूट जाएगा,
Yeah.
क्योंकि अब तक तो मम्मी डांट डांट के पिला रही थी, अब
Every
हमें
day morning.
फ्रीडम आ गया है, राइट? नाउ वी हैव दिस फ्रीडम, सो वी हैव लेफ्ट इट.
I hated it, Neha. That Horlicks in the morning that my mom would give me. She's listening to this. She'll probably yell at me, but oh.
Correct, correct. I mean, we used to have pure milk 3 times in a day. So
Three
one,
times?
yes, one was in the morning, one was in the snack time when we came back from the school, and one was before night time sleeping.
Wow. In your journey now, you're done with your course. You've understood there's some clear problems when you transition from India to US. So when you looked around you at this point with the knowledge that you've
With the new
gained from all
knowledge I
this,
gained.
yeah, what did you see were the biggest problems that we were facing apart from just the weight gain? Like what else did you see around you?
So there was changes in sudden weight gain, which nobody could explain it, right?
Right.
Second was food intolerances. Like the same roti is giving me bloating. The
Okay.
atta that we are using and we are eating the roti, it's giving us bloating. So you go and try some non-gluten flour roti like
Yeah.
jawar
Yeah.
roti, ragi roti. But those roti are not something that you can make it quick. It doesn't come naturally to us to make that every day. Once in a while is fine. Then there is also sudden intolerance towards milk. And
Yeah.
I can get it because I remember the first month I was here in US, in Seattle. हम लोग जब दूध का शॉपिंग करने गए सुपर मार्केट, इट्स लाइक एवरीथिंग इज टेट्रा पैक्ड,
Hmm.
और हम पागल की तरह उसको बॉईल भी कर रहे हैं और हम सोच रहे हैं कि इसमें मलाई क्यों नहीं आ रहा है. So, when all these things happen, first thing we are being told is that the Indians are uneducated.
Hmm.
It's not Indians are uneducated. You are coming to a food environment जहाँ पे सब कुछ processed है. हमको नहीं पता था इतना process हो सकता है क्योंकि हमारे घर में प्योर मिलता था.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we are not uneducated. We were more covered with the surroundings with ethical, sustainable food production. That we didn't knew about the corrupt food production that I'm going into now.
Since you put it like that, follow-up question. Is this only a US problem? Because I have colleagues who travel from Europe to America, and that short span of time that they're here, they gain like some 10, 20 pounds. And these are people who eat carbs, like heavy carbs, like pizzas and pastas and everything, and they're fine.
Yeah.
Right? But they come here, they have it, and they go back, they gain so much weight, and then they lose it as soon as they leave. So is this like a US only problem? This all these intolerances that you mentioned, or is it other Western countries as well?
Majority US problem because US has lost the food system of farms. Everything has been industrialized. Big food industries have emerged as a middleman. So there is no connection of direct farm to your grocery shopping. Whereas in Europe or in where they eat pastas and noodles, it's
Right.
freshly made. They source the flour from farmers. They have the milk cheese from the farmers directly, right? And that's how the grocery shopping is also done. It's like fresh
Got it.
farmers market. Similarly, what was there in India? You have your gwala. हर एक
Hmm.
कम्युनिटी हर एक गली का एक ग्वाला होता था. And not even that, few of the families used to have their own cow,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
And even if you are in an urban setting, every block, यहाँ पे blocks बोलते हैं ना,
Yep. Yep.
addresses.
Yep.
So every
Yep.
block used to have one or two, cowmen who
Who
used to,
bring milk in the morning? Yeah.
fresh milk in the morning or in the
Right.
evening. There
Yeah.
were two times only. So that was how it was done. We had local kirana store from where we used to buy our grains and dals. So वो local kirana store अगर मेरा eastern part of India में है, that it is not coming from Maharashtra,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
It will come near the farmer surroundings, that particular region.
Right.
Right? Similarly, सब्जियां, right? Even that is local. सुबह सुबह वो सब्जी मंडी वाला आता है, अपना अपना जो भी कार्ट है वो खोलता है और फ्रेश
Right.
सब्जियां सुबह मॉर्निंग को 4 o'clock बजे वो लोग लगाते हैं.
But don't we use pesticides and fertilizers and all in India as well? Right.
That is
So
only
this.
now it has been started.
Okay. So
But no,
is the
but
current generation facing that problem similar to how we are facing here?
yes, but not everyone.
Not everyone.
Still,
Okay.
yeah, because even to buy pesticides, farmers need to afford it. The
Fair.
farmers'
Fair. Fair.
conditions
Fair.
in India
Yeah.
have been drastically dropped after the Green Revolution and British rule and the invasions that happened, right? But here in US, it was way more industrial. In fact, they have introduced all the chemical, harsh chemical pesticides and herbicides to the
To
farming
the
agriculture. Correct. And selling it all around the world for the profits, right? And that happened after World War I and World War II, where they, started these kind of things. So that's why US food system has been broken for a very long period of time. Now, when we talk about the imports of the foods that we are getting here as an Indian food also, like atta and chawal and chini, tel, whatever is there, the imported food doesn't have any food regulation. The FDA of USA is not checking every import thoroughly.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You can just import anything and they don't.
They
There's
won't
no.
check the sourcing. No, they won't. Not all the products are happening like that. So this is a large gap, and we were just happy to see that yeah, foods hai USA mein, because earlier it was not the case, right? So we are just happy that nostalgia comes and at least we had that accessibility of Indian food.
Oh, you're specifically talking about Indian foods that are being imported into USA or
In
other.
general,
Oh,
other also. But I'm
oh.
just talking about our community, right? So when we go for the milk is such an ultra high pasteurized and homogenized, which is local to US also, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. But again, the imports that are coming, you have to make it shelf stable. So they will process it in such a way that it can, travel a long period of time and can sit on their grocery shelf for a long period of time. But we have such a small brain कि हमको लगता नहीं कि हमारे से कोई चीटिंग कर सकता है.
Wow, I would peacefully shop at Patel's. I guess I have to think twice now. For me, when I move to a state, right, if I see any store that sells Indian groceries, I'm like, oh, okay, sorted.
Exactly, sorted.
Like I eat other things also, but it's a staple at home. I'm like, okay, those things are done. Right? Because at home
Exactly.
when we cook, it's mainly Indian. Right? Everything else we get takeout or whatever. And I always inherently thought that, hey, India, no one's facing all these things. So just because you're getting it from an Indian store, would by default mean we're good. But
Yeah.
one more question before we jump to the next part, right, about the intolerances. A lot of my colleagues and my friends, they've had kids here. A pattern that I've noticed is that the kids are also prone to developing intolerances, like nut allergies, and stuff like that. How is it possible that all these allergies or intolerances happening in kids at such a young age itself, and they're mainly seen in America but not in India? Is it because of all the things that we're eating that's causing this?
Yes, it is a bit bigger factor. It's not only factor, but it's a bigger
Oh, not the only
factor.
factor.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Other
Okay.
factors are like stress, the climate change, due to which your gut diversity changes, right? But the major factor is the quality of food and water that you are having. People think that we are in this, developed country, clean air, clean roads, हम लोग इतना sanitized version में रहते हैं. So everything is good, right? But the soul part, जो हमारा food, जो हमारा body को nourish करता है, which is the food, that itself is not clean enough, right? And so whatever nuts and grains that you are getting,
Right.
अगर वो ऑर्गेनिक नहीं है, जो मोस्टली हम लोग पहले तो ऐसा नहीं था कि हमको सिर्फ ऑर्गेनिक ही चाहिए. It was just the accessibility, right, that we are looking
Correct.
for.
Correct.
So
Correct.
all these are heavily sprayed with the pesticide, especially known as glyphosate. A regular ingestion of these kind of pesticides, either through outside food, either through home cooked food, either through groceries, कहीं से भी, कैसे भी, it just disrupts our gut lining over time.
So, how do we fix this? These things are so easily available and they've already penetrated the system so well. Like, what is it? You just say tomorrow onwards, I'm only going to have organic from now onwards. Will that solve the problems that we're facing?
Majority it will be solved. So say like even you are having nuts. First of all, you should not restrict anything when you are pregnant also, right? Eat as much as you can. But what people see is that in the fear of not gaining so much weight, they don't eat quite a diversity. They don't.
Right.
And even,
Right.
and especially with less help here, I have seen the pregnant mothers, they don't nourish themselves well enough the way we used to do back in India. अभी क्या है, काम चलाओ करना है, जितना हो सकता है हमसे कर ले.
Because, yeah, like you said, less help. You've got to juggle work because maternity kicks in probably 1 or 2 days before the baby's due, right? So you've still got everything else to handle along with it. So it's just survival at that point, right? So,
करेक्ट करेक्ट. सो यहाँ तक बात नहीं जाती कि हाउ यू शुड ईट, फ्रॉम वेयर शुड आई बाय, all these things. Doctors also just tell you to eat whatever you want and just have this iron supplement and vitamin D supplement and B12 supplement because you're a vegetarian. That's it. उसके आगे और कोई नहीं जाता है. I really wish कि ये spread हो कि when a couple is expecting a child, यहाँ पे यूएस में या वेस्टर्न सिविलाइजेशन में कैसे होता है कि they go to the classes जहाँ पे उनको सिखाते हैं, right? They prepare them for the delivery
right,
and
right,
everything.
right, right.
Similarly, there should be also preparation for the couples.
Well, then
What food, yes, what food you should buy, how you should eat. अगर ये भी कोई बताए या सिखाए या खुद कपल्स ही अपने आप को बोले कि चलो हम लोग 2 महीना देते हैं खुद को, ताकि जब बच्चा भी आ जाए तो ये प्रॉब्लम ना हो कि हम क्या करें, अब हम बिजी हो गए.
Yep, yep.
Right?
You said just a few minutes ago, majority of the problems will be solved by having organic food. What did you mean majority? Wouldn't everything be solved if you had organic food? Still things to keep an eye out for?
Yes, definitely. The kind of processing that has been done to wholesome food is also something to be checked upon, right? One thing, let me make it clear. We are talking about wholesome foods. I'm not talking about daily packet foods until now.
Yeah.
करेक्ट,
Fair.
वो तो और भी कॉम्प्लेक्स हो जाएगा, क्या इंग्रेडिएंट्स है क्या नहीं है, प्रिजर्वेटिव. अभी
Right.
वो सब में नहीं जाना, हम लोग पहले बेसिक थाली तो फिक्स करें.
Yeah,
Right?
done. Fair.
So what are the foods that we have in our basic Indian plate? Is गेहूं का आटा, right? So buying any organic atta is not enough. What are the variety of wheat that has been used? क्योंकि इतने सारे varieties of wheat है. The modern wheat is hybridized that has higher gluten and that gives you more gluten intolerances. But when you opt for traditional variety of wheat, जो हमारे बाप दादा के ज़माने में लोग खाते थे, then how it has been processed before it is made into a flour. चक्की वाला से पीसा है कि मशीन से पीसा है. Even that minute detail will decide how your body is able to handle the gluten.
Really?
Yes.
So I don't consider myself well versed or knowledgeable in this, right? So somebody with basic info like myself, how do we track this, or how do we like? educate ourselves about things like this without doing a nutrition course. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
even when I did my nutrition course, ऐसा नहीं है कि ये सब 100% मुझे वहाँ पे बताया गया था. It was,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was like by the grace of God, through me, through my mind and to my brain, I was able to connect it to the qualities of food that I was eating back in India. तो मुझे पता है हमारे गुजराती घर में मम्मी पापा गेहूं लाते थे या दादाजी गेहूं लाते थे. दादी उसको पीसती थी घर में ही, क्योंकि हमारे पास चक्की वाला मशीन होता था.
Right. Okay.
और अगर वो नहीं होता था, we shifted from now a smaller village to a bigger city. So, but there was a local miller who used to do it.
Okay.
Right? And we have seen that. पूरा डस्ट उड़ रहा है गेहूं का यार, वो पूरा चक्की वाला दुकान में. We have seen that and we have experienced it. We are that lucky generation जो अभी तक हम एटलीस्ट उतने रूट्स तक हम कनेक्टेड है.
Correct. Yeah.
You need to bring that back. That's what I'm saying. Traditional wisdom needs to come back.
I agree with you on that. How do we do that? How do we
How
bring
do
it
we
back?
do that is a very, so that's why I opened this, right? That when you shift your country, after a
Right.
certain amount of month, you should sit down and find out the local farmers around you.
Okay. Okay.
Right? And once you start searching, even on Instagram, क्योंकि अब Instagram में भी search SEO friendly keywords आ चुका है, right? And even on Google you can do. Once you start seeking that kind of knowledge, रास्ता अपने आप खुलता जाएगा. Then you go there every weekend. फार्मर से भी बात करो, मुझे ये चाहिए, आपको पता है कोई और बेचता होगा तो can you find get me to more contacts. And what will be more surprising is that these farmers are educated. They have their
Right.
own Facebook community pages, they have their own newsletters they send to you weekly, talking about their process, their soil health, their traditional
Really?
processing methods.
Yeah.
Yes. कौन
Wow.
करेगा?
Yeah, I know. Soil health and all. Yeah, I didn't expect that much.
एग्जैक्टली अब इंडस्ट्रियल फूड का न्यूज लेटर जो तुम्हारे पास आता है वो सिर्फ फेक एडवर्टाइजमेंट करेंगे, राइट?
I get a few of those. Yeah.
करेक्ट एग्जैक्टली. बट देन व्हेन यू गेट फ्रॉम द फार्मर्स डायरेक्टली, यू विल कम टू नो कि ये कितनी मेहनत कर रहे हैं और ये इतना लिख रहे हैं, इतना कंटेंट बना रहे हैं सिर्फ हमको समझाने के लिए एज अ कंज्यूमर. And what are we doing? We can't even direct our money to a eligible, deserving person. क्योंकि ये तो सप्लाई चेन है ना. इफ आई गिव दैट मनी, इफ आई मूव
Becomes
माय
better.
डिमांड देयर, आई विल गेट द गुड फूड.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And based on your experience now that you've tried both, is there a considerable price difference between going this route, or is it not something that can break the bank?
कि बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स आंसर है. स्ट्रेट आंसर तो यस है, बट नाउ टेल मी क्यों ये चेंज हुआ. ओके, वंस व्हेन वी कम फ्रॉम इंडिया टू यूएस, हम क्या बोलते हैं कि हमारे पेरेंट्स गरीब थे और आज हम यहाँ पे अच्छा कमा रहे हैं उनसे, है ना. पर जब वो गरीब थे, उस गरीबी स्टेट में उनको सब प्योर फूड मिल रहा था. फ्रेश गाय का दूध, फ्रेश पिसा हुआ आटा. उन्होंने 2 बार भी नहीं सोचा कि मैं ये अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता. अच्छा तेल, जो लिटरली इट वाज लाइक फ्रेशली मिल्ड ऑयल, यू कुड स्मेल द अरोमा ऑफ फ्रेश ऑयल इन योर हाउस. और यहाँ पे हम इतना ज्यादा कमा रहे हैं, फिर भी हम रो रहे हैं कि हम प्योर दूध नहीं ले सकते, हम प्योर आटा नहीं ले सकते, हम ये नहीं
Ouch.
मिलता.
Neha just virtually slapped me, guys, just because you didn't know.
So now tell me, who was in a better position, being in a poor condition or being in a rich sanitized condition? So first of all, you need to change the mindset here.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then yes, definitely it is little costlier now because of the government policies and everything. And there are a lot of factors why it is costlier, right? $5 का $5 का burger is still affordable than getting
Yeah,
an apple
yeah.
from a market.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
अब उसमें हम क्या कर सकते हैं? वो गवर्नमेंट है जो पॉलिसीज बना रहे हैं. अभी मैं तो उस पोजीशन में नहीं हूँ कि मैं जो जो से चिल्लाऊं कि इसको सस्ता करो. बट हम क्या कर सकते हैं? हम meticulously we can plan. We can
Yeah.
plan our grocery shopping rather than mindlessly spending 100 in Costco, then another 100 in Safeway, and then another 100 in Indian supermarket. 3 सुपरमार्केट से हमारी शॉपिंग होती है और सब में हमको 100 का फटका लगता है.
Yeah. Also plan for longer distance, right? So all your, shipping or whatever, it's good if you stock up for a couple of months as
Yeah,
opposed to
bulk buy,
one.
plan
Yeah.
it, and then it eventually will fit your budget. Just like after COVID, fuel prices have gone up, but nobody has stopped traveling. Everybody's doing
Yeah. Fair. Yep.
just like
Good
that.
point. Good point. Even if we do make this switch now, our gut profile or all the intolerances that we've developed, right? Is it too far and too late in the game to expect any differences, or did you see any positive changes as soon as you made that shift?
I made that shift in my own kitchen. You won't believe, within 1 month, my bloated, balloon like stomach got flat.
1 month? Yeah.
जस्ट 1 मंथ तो मैं एग्जैगरेट करके बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि सब
Okay.
डिफरेंट होता है.
Right.
मेरा
Right.
मन
Yeah.
चाहता है कि वो 2 हफ्ते में ही फ्लैट हो गया था और बाकी 2 हफ्ता 3 हफ्ता मैं देख रही थी कि फिर से तो गुब्बारा नहीं बन जाएगा. Right? That's why I'm telling very considerably 1 month. It really felt that somebody pricked a needle and करके सारी
Right.
हवा निकल गई. It was that smooth.
Apart from this conscious change into selecting the right ingredients, were there other things you implemented? Any cooking practices?
Yes, yes. So sourcing or getting from authentic farmers and everything. The second step is, again, the answer lies in our traditional wisdom, is how are we preparing that food in our homes? Right? Earlier, I used to have canned beans, or I just used to pressure cook. Instant pot है, pressure cooker है, तो दाल बस ऐसे ही चढ़ा दो. गरम गरम पानी से ज़्यादा 30 minutes तक मैं soak करती थी. I stopped all of this. I went back how my mother used to prepare. I soak every grain overnight.
And it makes a difference?
It does makes a difference. जो छोले, जो राजमा, जो हेवी दाल हम हाई प्रोटीन के नाम पे खाते हैं, जो फिर गैस देता था, it everything stops. Soaking is one part. Bay leaf का पूरा jar, it's there in my kitchen, but nobody's using it. I started opening and taking out that bay leaf, putting it in my, pressure cooker or instant pot. Nobody does that. Everybody will use bay leaf or some kind of spices when you are having a lavish party dinner. है ना, क्या वो पुलाव के ऊपर खड़ा मसाला दिखना चाहिए. But what about your everyday meals?
Well, what benefits do you get just by soaking dal? Because my mom used to tell me this, and never
Yeah,
listening to her. But
yeah, and we disregard our mom's practice ये सोच के कि ये तो वो सदियों से चल रहा है, अंधविश्वास से कर रहे हैं, कुछ
I'm
पता नहीं है इनको, ये क्या मतलब है. So yeah, so the thing is that that's what the difference also lies between the Western plating and the Indian food plating. Indian food plating is not always about carbs, proteins, and fats. It's also about digestibility, bioavailability of those food. तो वो बायोअवेलेबल कैसे बनाते हैं, ये सारे प्रोसेसिंग है. अब ये भी तो प्रोसेसिंग है. Soaking is also kind of processing. So
right.
plant foods have certain anti-nutrients covered for them, around them, as a security, ताकि बाहर के पेस्ट मुझे ना खा जाए.
Oh, wow. Okay.
तो ऐसा चीज ह्यूमन बॉडी कैसे खा सकता है, उसको तो दर्द होगा पेट में.
Yeah.
If
And if you
soak
soak it, it becomes better if you soak it?
yes, those anti-nutrients become loose, right? It just goes away, and then that's why you discard the water. फिर मुझे ऐसा भी क्वेश्चन आता है, अच्छा वो सोख के हुआ पानी यूज कर सकते हैं कि नहीं यूज कर सकते हैं. अरे भैया डिस्कार्ड करो उसको.
Wow, there's actually a scientific reason behind all of this.
There is scientific reason, but the major point is हम कब तक अपने एक एक इंडियन प्रैक्टिसेस को के लिए वेट करेंगे कि इसका साइंटिफिक पेपर आ जाएगा, उसके बाद में अप्लाई कर.
This reminds me of one of the. I was when I was prepping for your interview, right? Yeah, there was one line. I don't remember where you said it, but you said it somewhere. You said that we Indians have a marketing problem with our food,
Yes.
which somehow the West has nailed it, but we have not. I kind of understand what you mean by it just by the conversation so far, but can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Because I feel like this is a nice segue to get into that part.
So this thing कि we are a poor marketing, team as an Indian team who cannot market our own gems and jewels in India. But we are so good in marketing other foodstuffs or other product, any service. We are good at that. Why this khayal came into my mind is because जब मुझे यहाँ पता चला यहाँ पे सैफरन की गोलियां मिलती है, केसर का पिल्स मिलता है, क्यों? क्योंकि वो डिप्रेशन कम करता है, एडीएचडी कम करता है.
Really?
Yes. Similarly, you get turmeric pills, which are being prescribed by the doctors.
I've seen turmeric shots now in the,
शॉर्ट्स
you
भी
know,
है, पिल्स भी
yeah.
है, क्योंकि किसी को स्वाद अच्छा नहीं लगता तो वो बस एक गटक ले लो और हो
No.
जाएगा. सो व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड लुकिंग एट दिस, आई सेड व्हाट इज दिस? केसर, हम केसर खाते हैं, और केसर क्यों एक मिठाई में ही जाता है? केसर रोटी में क्यों नहीं जाता है? मिठाई में इसलिए जाता है क्योंकि मिठाई एक ऐसा चीज है जो तुम्हारा स्ट्रेस लो करता है, राइट? इसलिए हम दही शक्कर खाते हैं एग्जाम के स्ट्रेस के पहले.
That, okay. Okay.
और
Okay.
अब हम इसी को डिमोनाइज करते हैं, और बाद में वेस्टर्न वाले फिर से वही कॉन्सेप्ट लेकर आते हैं, ये बोल के कि ये तो सुपर फूड है.
I thought that Daishaka was like a good luck thing. It's like,
So that's what I'm saying. See, in Indian culture, the science was ingrained in such a way that it is a common sense. वो तुम्हारी स्पिरिचुअलिटी को भी बढ़ाएगा, वो तुम्हारी एनर्जी को भी बढ़ाएगा, right? Your pranic energy that is going through your body,
right,
that also
right.
it enhances, and it has a health benefits also. It was a way of life. That science was a way of life. It doesn't need it to be printed on a research paper to prove
Yeah.
our point.
Yeah. Good point. It's just ingrained in everything we do.
Ingrained in everything we
Yeah.
do. Why? As simple as that. Today, rice is demonized. Okay? जब
More carbs. Yeah.
हाँ, carbs, सिर्फ carbs के नाम पे it has been demonized. Science says, there is a science that has a research paper that says कि biological value of rice is 83. It's more than beef. And the digestibility value of rice is 94%. तो जो तुमको 3 ग्राम या 4 ग्राम, anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6 grams you can get protein depending on the variety of rice you are eating.
Right.
अब बताओ उसकी digestibility value 94% है, because the protein has to be broken down into amino acids to get able to do the repair and thing and everything, right? और उसी को डिमोनाइज कर दिए कार्ब्स के नाम पे, स्टार्च के नाम पे. पर चाइनीज मेडिसिन क्या कर रही है? उसी राइस स्टार्च पे वाटर को दे मेक इन अ शैम्पू और अ सोप कि मेरे बाल सिल्की होंगे.
Yeah, I
And
don't know how to respond to that.
correct.
Yeah,
Mummy,
well, my mom's gonna love this episode. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you right now.
you ask your mom why she makes that rangoli column outside your door.
The
It's
house,
made
yeah.
of rice. पता है क्यों? क्योंकि जो राइस की एनर्जी, जो हर एक फूड की एक प्राणिक वैल्यू होती है, एक फ्रीक्वेंसी होती है, ठीक है, दैट एमिट्स एंड दैट किल्स द नेगेटिव एनर्जी. दैट इज, क्योंकि अब इस मेरे द्वार में से, मेरे घर के दरवाजे में से कोई भी आएगा बंदा, नेगेटिव एनर्जी लेकर ना आए, इसलिए ये चावल का कोलम बनाया हुआ है मैंने.
Oh, that's so it's like a cleansing thing. Okay.
करेक्ट.
Energy cleanse.
ऑरा क्लिनजिंग. अब आजकल के साइंस में आ गया है ना, साइकेट्रिक साइंस में, सब साइंस में ऑरा क्लिनजिंग, देयर शुड बी एन ऑरा दैट इज कमिंग अराउंड यू.
I have to say your sarcasm is great, like on point. It's hitting the nail on the head every time. So you said this term biological value. Okay, what does that mean exactly? Can you explain
Yes.
that to me? Yeah.
Correct. So biological value of a food means what is the protein digestibility value, or the protein, I can say the quality of the protein that is available in a food.
Right.
So eggs have highest biological value. Then comes milk. Then comes your chicken. Then comes your rice. Then comes your beef and wheat, roti, atta, comes in the same level.
Same level?
Yeah, tofu is in the bit with more lower. So
Okay.
you see and rice is above the beef actually. Rice is above the roti, rice is above every grain. That's the only grain which has highest biological value.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
So what does it say? Whenever protein is a complex structure, it has
Correct.
a 3D structure. It needs to be broken down into a monomer called a amino acid.
Right.
वो amino acid फिर body will help by utilizing it, repairing it, restructuring it, whatever body functions that needs to do, right? पर वो
Right. Right.
प्रोटीन को ब्रेक तो करना पड़ेगा ना पहले.
Correct. Correct.
That breakability of the food itself by the body to be done easily, that defines that biological and digestive value of a food.
Interesting. Okay. Are there foods you can, complement with proteins to
Yes,
help break it down even more faster?
definitely. That's why ghee is being paired with the khichdi or in any rice item.
It helps.
लुब्रिकेट भी तो
Okay.
करता है हमें. वी नीड लुब्रिकेशन. अगर हम ड्राई ड्राई ग्रीन चीजें खाएंगे, ड्राई मीट खाएंगे, व्हाट इज दैट वन थिंग दैट विल लुब्रिकेट इट?
Hmm.
नहीं तो
Ghee.
जंक नहीं लग जाएगा जब
I thought you
साइकिल.
gained a lot of weight with ghee, right?
नो,
No?
साइकिल के चेन में जंक लगता है तो पापा
You lose
तेल
a
डालते
bit.
थे
Yeah.
ना.
Right. Right.
Exactly my point. Your joints, your mobility, everything needs some lubrication. That's why ghee is used. And not just for that lubrication. Ghee is a carrier for all, not just ghee or any oil, any traditional oil like sesame oil, mustard oil. You know, तिल का तेल बोलते हैं हम लोग, सरसों का तेल कहते हैं, peanut oil, gingerly oil, all these things. And ghee, definitely. These are the carriers of vitamins also that you are getting from any particular food.
Interesting. Wow. You've given me a lot to process.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. Now you can understand that our Indian food science is so rich and the
Right.
westernized science is so poor. कुछ बताते ही नहीं है. Carbs, protein, fats के आगे तो उनकी गाड़ी चलती ही नहीं है. पर हम उसका तारीफ कर रहे हैं अपना rich
But
diversify.
it's catching on though, right? Like turmeric, ghee also. Like initially, people would say it's not that good, and then now I see celebrities will put ghee in their
Bullet
coffee,
coffee.
bullet coffee. So I think it's catching on, but very slowly and like one by one. Not science as a whole. One
No,
actor by one actor.
it is catching on. As I said again, marketing is the problem, right? Every time the science catches on, हमारे दिमाग की बत्ती जलती है कि ये तो सेम है, ये तो सेम है, ये तो सेम है. अब उसके आगे क्या? अब when are we going to take the matters in our own hands and start studying our own science?
Yep.
We need to
What's a
start
good starting
studying.
point? What's a good starting point for someone who wants to learn something or educate themselves? Apart from your channel.
Yeah, the good starting point is ask your grandmothers, mothers before they go to heaven. Jot down,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. हाँ, इसके पहले कि वो चले जाए ऊपर,
Shit.
उनसे नॉलेज ले लो क्या
That
बनता
hit
है
harder than the
कैसे.
last one. Whew.
अब तो इतना सब टेक्नोलॉजी आ गया है. तुम बस एक रिकॉर्डर एआई ऑन कर दो, दादी को बोलो बोले कहानियां बताए, मम्मी को बोले वो तो बेचारी बोल भी देगी. वो इतने उम्र में भी इतने हाई एनर्जी में, हाई एंथुजियाज्म में के साथ, she will even
Yeah.
give that knowledge from one person to another. Record it, document it. First you need to understand it. Why is this combination there? क्यों खिचड़ी के साथ घी होता है, क्यों कढ़ी किया जाता है, right? All these things are very commonsensical questions that will come to your mind. Follow some kind of Indian dietitians who really put forward their own wisdom first. For me,
Right.
personally, I read each and every book of Ruchita Devekar.
What's her name again?
Ruchita Devekar.
Okay. Okay. I'll check her out. Yeah, I've not
Yeah,
heard of
so
her.
she's a celebrated nutritionist behind Kaina Kapoor for the Size Zero
Okay.
during
Okay.
Russian.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with her work, but I haven't.
Exactly. I was also familiar with her work, but I didn't know that she is so good until unless I started my journey as a nutrition. और मुझे
Right.
पता नहीं था कि इंडियन फूड को कैसे बात करें उसके लिए, right? How to bring it out forward towards my
Right.
audience and my clients. That's when I thought, let me read her books. And it was
Very
like
cool.
reading my own reflection. Hi love, ये तो मैं बोल ही नहीं थी उसको उस दिन.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Okay.
and few of the Ayurvedic nutritionists and dietitians or doctors or vaidyas that we say, you should follow them. Not to blindly follow, but to understand कि इस वर्ड के पीछे क्या मतलब है.
Got it. Got it.
अगर वो भी नहीं होता तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Instead of learning, foreign foods like avocados and quinoa, why can't an Indian from the south, like a Keralite, can learn from a Bihari? Why can't a Bengali learn from a Gujarati?
Oh, that's
Why can't a
that's.
Punjabi learn from a Rajasthani?
I've never heard of that proposition where you just knowledge transfer between states. That's very interesting. Yeah.
I could relate because मेरा खुद का background उतना diverse है. I'm a Gujarati, but I was brought up in Jharkhand, which was a part of Bihar.
Okay.
But my ancestral background is from Maharashtra, near Nagpur.
No way.
Yeah. I did my engineering in Rajasthan, Jaipur.
You've covered a good
Yes.
percentage of India at this point. Yeah.
Yes. And after my marriage, I was in Hyderabad for 2 years before coming to US.
If I ask you where you're from, Neha, what is home for you, or where do you connect with the most? Like, do you say Gujarat or?
No, I'm Bhartiya, I would say. Because I love dal chawal with that tempering like, Indians from the south do. I love my dal dhokli like a Gujarati family. But I also love gatti ki sabzi, like Rajasthani people. Since my upbringing, my schooling was in among the Bihari students, jitne competitive hote hain. I love the litti chokha and sattu ka paratha.
Okay.
Right? And I have been working in IBM. It was in Kolkata. So I love the rasgulla, mishti doi, and that aloo bhat.
Crazy. Yeah, you've really delved deep into most of the cuisines there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And what if we keep on comparing the carbs, protein, fats? तो ये सारे जो खाना या delicacies जिसके नाम लिए मैंने, तो ये सब फेल है, ये सब unhealthy है, और यही, but these are the same foods that kept our ancestors alive for a longer time. They were all fit.
Is this the reason you said that our diet or our food is not meant to be calorie counted because of this reason? Yeah.
Exactly for this reason, because it's not to be meant to be calorie counted. It's not meant to be kept in the pockets of carbs, protein and fats. एक तरह से हम लोग बोलते हैं कि हमको तो बॉक्स कर दिया गया है. फीमेल एक्टर्स कहते हैं हमें बॉक्स कर दिया गया है कि हम यही कैरेक्टर कर सकते हैं. पर हमको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है हमारे फूड को बॉक्स करने में से कि अगर हाई प्रोटीन है तभी वो अच्छा है, नहीं तो वो नहीं. Yeah, so you're boxing the identity of food, but you can't box the identity of yourself. Indian food, because our ancestors never thought about food in the terms of carbs, protein, and fats, so counting the calories. What they meant was eat wholesome,
Yep.
prepare it traditionally. The combinations and permutations of our foods have already been done by our ancestors. वो homework हो चुका है, वो लोग ने मेहनत कर ली है और सदियों से वो pass down हो रहा है, right? So that's why we call time-tested wisdom, because it was not experimented inside a science lab. It was experimented in our lives.
Yep.
The most practical way.
So if I had to sum up our conversation till now for like actionable insights to people, right? One would be to try get organic as much as possible. Try source it locally as much as possible. Try to incorporate all the traditional cooking practices which used to happen in our homes in India. Try to see wherever possible, wherever wherever it's available, try to get that in. So one more question: you're vegetarian, right? Based on our conversation, for the meat eating community, right? The non-vegetarians, right? Does that mean they can't just go to a grocery shop and just buy regular meat? Do they have to also try to see if they can get it, source it fresh from like a local butcher or something like that? Would that be preferred more than like, you Stop and Shop or your Costco and you just get the packaged meat that you there?
Yes, correct. So always try to find the local ranchers. यहाँ पे ranchers कहते हैं इनको.
Right.
And what's interesting is when I coach my clients and I have my resource called like I come with a nationwide directory. What it helps is, our eyes are looking for the big stores.
Right.
उन big stores के बीच में छोटे छोटे co-ops होते हैं, छोटे stores होते हैं जो locally available meat, eggs, fresh produce सब रखते हैं.
Okay, like a farmer's market-ish kind of.
It's not a farmer's market-ish because farmer's market कभी-कभी weekend में आते हैं और वो अपना लगा के जाते हैं. These are the small stores.
Okay.
But these are called co-ops.
Okay.
ओके एंड हमारी नजर वहां तक जानी चाहिए rather than just big
Interesting.
Costco or big Whole Foods stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I have this fun section. I realized that a lot of things that what I'm eating or what people around me are eating are probably not the healthiest, and we assume they're healthy.
Yeah.
So I made a list of things that I think people have regularly. I'm sure there's more. These were easy to find and add. So I want you to just say good or bad. I'm going to go through this list. Like the first one is very popular: Fairlife milk.
Bad.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Costco A2 milk.
Bad.
Costco ghee.
Very bad.
Oh my god. MDH masala.
Not good. It has been tested for high levels of leads and heavy metals.
Ashirwad atta.
Not good.
Anak ghee.
Not good.
Mazola corn oil.
Not good.
Morton's iodized salt. Please don't say bad for this. This is what I use.
Not good.
Regular spices from Patel Brothers.
That's okay. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to look for organic or just regular spices are fine?
Regular is also fine. Organic is
Oh,
also
finally
fine.
they hit
Anything is
one.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How about high protein yogurt and other high protein snacks?
Not good.
Really like an oikos.
Yeah, no, because I'll tell you why. Because मैंने भी अपने जर्नी पे ले चुकी हूँ when I was calculating the net carbs.
I have one every day without fail. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you why it's not. Okay. You don't know the sourcing of what kind of milk are they using.
Okay.
And in our Indian Hindi, we say that जैसा अन्न वैसा मन.
Right.
And even the science says that what you eat is what you are. Right? Just because it's a high protein label, it doesn't make it a superhero. You need to understand the sustainability factor. Sustainability factor in the sense, जो methods use हुआ है, कौन से गाय से आ रहा है, नहीं पता. क्या वो क्रॉस ब्रीड है, नहीं पता. क्या खिलाया गया है गाय को, नहीं पता. क्यों नहीं पता? क्योंकि उसने बताया नहीं ये कंपनी ने. क्यों नहीं बताया? क्योंकि वो कुछ कर नहीं रहा है ऐसा खास कि बताने लायक बचे वो. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड क्या गाइस को क्या फीड हो रहा है, कहाँ रख रहे हैं, कौन से शेल्टर में है. मोस्ट ऑफ द फीड इन यूएस काउस इज लाइक जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड कॉर्न एंड सोय. जो फिर आप बोल रहे थे ना, ये पूछ रहे थे कि व्हाई डू सम पीपल गेट इंटॉलरेंसेस या फिर किड्स गेट दीज एलर्जीज, जिसका कोई रीजन नहीं है. ये ही अनटैप्ड रीजन है.
So I have to like only search for grass-fed cows
करेक्ट.
and their milk.
करेक्ट.
Wow. Okay.
जब जो हमारा लोकल ग्वाला था वो भी तो वही करता था ना.
Correct.
क्यों क्यों
Correct.
हमारे देश में गलियों में ही गाय दिखती है घूमती हुई शाम को, स्पेशली क्योंकि वो शाम को अपना चारा खाकर वापस जा रही थी.
Right. Right.
है ना, उसको सन मिल रहा था. काऊ को जितना सन मिलता है उतना विटामिन डी तुम्हारे तो दही और चीनी और वो दही और दूध में भी होगा. Now, when you look at the ingredients of the pasture-raised yogurt, what do they have? They have added vitamin D. क्यों added? ऐसा क्या किया जो उसका vitamin D नष्ट हो गया? पूछो.
So is this the same reason for Fairlife milk also?
Fairlife milk तो एक step और ahead उसने कारनामा किया है. First of all, you don't know what milk are, what cows are they using, what breed is it coming, what are they feeding, you don't know. Second is they're ultra filtering it. Right? Any food which is way away from its natural state, why would you have that? अब इसके effects को research में डालने के लिए भी they have to spend another 10 years कि जब तक सब नुकसान ना हो जाए उसके बाद हम बताएंगे क्या फर्क पड़ा. With any research it happens, right?
Yep.
The damage has been done for 10 years and then they will say that this was the problem, this was the
This
problem.
was
Correct. So just in the name of the protein, you can't believe anything. You want to increase the protein, get the grass-fed milk, add a scoop of sattu powder, sattu flour, sattu atta. That is equivalent to a whey.
Is whey also bad for us? Like
No,
whey
it is
protein?
good. Again, it is good. The kind of processing that has been done. Instead of having any grass-fed whey from New Zealand, I tell my clients to have grass-fed whey from US local cows.
So you think majority is New Zealand?
Yeah, you see, the majority is New Zealand. Because in New Zealand, the cows have to be grass-fed, have to be pasture-raised all year round.
That'll be good for us, no?
तो
If
तुम
we use
इतने
that.
दूर का क्यों ले रहे हो?
Correct.
सप्लाई
Okay.
चेन मतलब उसको
Okay.
कितना उसको प्रोसेस किया होगा कि वो फ्रेश रहे उतना कि तुम न्यूजीलैंड से लेकर आ रहे हो.
Correct. Fair. Fair. Fair.
अगर वही सेम चीज मुझे लोकली मिल सकता है तो लोकली लो. वे क्या
Correct.
अगेंस्ट नहीं है.
Okay.
जितना सप्लाई चेन हाउ मच यू कैन शॉर्टन इट also is good, right? What do you mean
Okay.
by local and traditional?
Correct.
हाँ,
Correct.
जो चीजें यहाँ नहीं मिल सकती जैसे कि हल्दी यहाँ नहीं ग्रो होता, क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन, केसर नहीं ग्रो होता, some spices just doesn't grow here. That's fine to get it imported, and that's why those spices have long shelf life automatically.
Yeah.
So let them work and
So,
trade.
and that's fine if it's not organic and stuff. Those spices and stuff like that.
Yes and no. You don't have to be so. That's again. You don't have to be so nerd about being organic or not organic क्योंकि हमारे bodies की भी अंदरूनी शक्तियां हैं जो pesticides को detox कर सकती है. Like our liver does, our kidney does. Through sweating it helps. Particular vitamins and minerals also helps in detoxing.
Right.
Right? So you don't have to be a very, very nerd. I will just talk about the major foods that we eat every day.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Great. And the last thing on that list, this I stole from your page because I was also interested. You said tap water shouldn't be used, right? Even though certain states they claim that it's good, you can drink straight from the tap. You're saying that it should just be avoided completely? Yeah.
अच्छा, first of all, when you came from India to US, क्या तुमको अजीब नहीं लगा था नल का पानी पीने से?
Yeah, it was just getting used to just using it directly from the tap and drinking.
हाँ.
I'm still not comfortable with it, to be honest. I've always
Exactly.
stuck with the bottled water and then the thing of the fridge filtration unit or whatever it is and stuff like that, right? But
Correct.
it's just drinking directly from the tap just felt very weird to me.
Exactly.
But a lot of people do it, and I've
That's what. So just because 80% people are doing it doesn't make it correct.
right.
अगर चिल्ला चिल्ला के मेरे यहाँ पे 90% people भी बोलेंगे ना
But
ये करो
the
ये करो.
states claim that too, right? Yeah, our water is
There is
drinking quality.
so see, I'm not just bluffing about it, right? That it's not good.
Right.
There is a way you can go and check. ewg.org website है. वहाँ पे
Okay.
you can type your zip code and check the quality of the water that you are drinking. Most of the times जो levels permitted है कोई भी heavy metals
Really?
का वो high है.
Wow. And just a regular Brita and all is not enough to
That
get that.
is enough. Brita कुछ काम नहीं करता है. बकवास है.
Oh, so I just got my brother one Brita. He's just starting his
Oh
college.
my God.
I'll
So
probably tell him not to use it. Yeah. So Neha, you've said all these things and we have all these actionable things to work on, right? But it's really not very easy for someone like myself to figure out sourcing, looking at even if I look at labels, I probably won't understand what I'm looking for, right? Or finding out which is the best locally grown and sourced product to get. You mentioned a directory once or twice. Can you talk a little bit more about that and tell us what that is?
yes, definitely. So I have come up with this US nationwide local food directory where I list all the farmers, all the good brands that are being traditionally and ethically produced food products for the
Right.
people who don't have to go through this mess of whether this is right or not. I have done the hard work for them. Once they sign up, they get the access. And not just the access to the listings, they also get
Right.
the support from me, a text based support. You can type in your questions. You can
Okay.
always click a photo of any food product or any support.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then within next 36 hours or 48 hours, I reply back to them. So it's a good supporting system. When immigrants, those who are lost in this USA food industry, they don't know how to navigate and there are challenges. I have made them very easy for them. I'm happy to provide any discount coupons and added free consult calls for your community members.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure they'd love that. What all is there? You said local. You've got a directory of farmers
So I tell
and
you.
the products. Yeah.
Correct. So I've segregated into three things. One is local food items. So even the
Okay.
local food items have been segregated to wheat, oats, barley, rice, oil, milk, eggs,
Okay.
and meat, salt. Right. Second is your packaged food swaps like ketchup. Nobody wants to
Oh,
make ketchup at home. तो कौन सा अच्छा
right,
ketchup होगा जो लेकर आएंगे? Any
right,
other packaged food, like if you're having whey protein, which one is a locally sourced, with the third party tested, those who are
right,
providing
right.
the certificate of analysis have that kind of thing. But that all the hard work has been done by me.
And you have it listed out. Okay.
I have listed out. So same as with honey. Honey is not something you will make at home. Honey is something nature does, but which is a good honey that you can have to help you from the immunity and everything, right? So those are packaged
That's
food swabs. Third is your non-toxic kitchen swabs, which are the pans, kadhais
okay.
to use. What are the
Okay.
detergents that you can use for your dishwasher? Um,
That makes a difference too.
Yes, yes. Not major, I would say, but that's why. Once you remember, you can make these changes at your own space. You can take 1 year, you can take 2 years, but at least that will be a back of your mind, and you don't have
Yeah.
to get lost in the Google search, right?
Baby steps. Yeah. One step at a time.
Exactly. Even the water filter. What kind of water filter you want? You want that can be attached to the under sink. You want something as a pitcher. You want that can be attached to a fridge. So
Okay.
all the three types of verified sources of water filter has been also given.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. So all these
That's
three categories are there.
the other thing I wanted to ask is you mentioned nutritional coaching that you provide. Can you
Yeah.
talk about that as well? And
Yes.
just in case somebody wants a little bit more personalized, in-depth coaching from you, is like if you can talk about it, I'm sure folks from the community or anyone else watching this would
Yes, definitely.
can
So
reach
there
out if they want to.
Yep, there is one signature program that I offer as a
Okay.
personalized service is the 6 month long NRI care I talk about. Uh,
Okay.
why is it nutrition care so important? Because the healthcare of US is broken, right? So nutrition care is no one who is giving you. Everybody is telling you sustainable Indian diet without restricting your cultural foods, but at last they will tell you to have quinoa salad. So here I am coming with this 6 month sustainable, slow and sustainable program where
Right.
I will sit with you like this one on one. We talk, we exchange stories also, so that your all childhood memories of your food, your grandma's
Yeah.
wisdom comes to life into your
Right.
USA lifestyle. And that is the main thing that I help you with. And people feel seen and heard because the doctors don't understand the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
The dietitian and
Absolutely.
nutritionist also, they don't understand, they are only sticking to the modern scientific facts,
Right.
right?
Right.
So this is a great way to get in-depth personalized pattern where you get to know the why behind what you're doing so that you never go out of the touch. So what
Correct.
happens is that many of the clients, they also come as, I have tried this and that, I have done that program, but after my program nobody goes anywhere.
Okay. Great. Love it. How much does that cost?
That is for $1,200 for six
Okay.
months,
For
and there
six
are
months.
yeah,
6 months.
and there are payment
Awesome.
plans available.
Awesome. Awesome. I think the last question that I have for you, Neha, is how do you go outside and peacefully eat food? Because after listening to all of this, right, if I have to go out and eat dinner, I'll probably just in the back of my head, I'm like, where is this? Where is this coming from? Oh my god, this milkshake? Mm. Is this a New Jersey cow? I don't know.
Oh
It's
my
like,
god, yeah.
how do you make peace with it? Like, and you, because you're doing this full time, you'll be even more conscious about it than your regular person, right?
Yeah, so even if it is my background, I don't think about it 24 cross 7. It is inbuilt in me now.
Okay.
That's what you said,
Okay.
it should become a habit, right?
Should become a habit. Okay.
It is a very common sense habit, just like my mother had. इतना सोचती
Okay.
क्यों नहीं थी इसमें कितना प्रोटीन कब्स फैट से ये कहाँ से आ रहा है, right? That's how my lifestyle has become. And I don't worry about what is happening outside because I'm not in control of that.
Correct.
So the stuff in which I'm not in control of, why to worry about it? Just go out, have
Fair.
a good time,
Yeah.
laugh, dance, and have a great music with your friends. Spend
Yep.
that time. What matters is the
You
power
come
that
back
you
home.
have
Yeah.
at your home. Your kitchen is the heartbeat. इसलिए उसको बोलते हैं. Why is the kitchen the heartbeat of the house? Because just like heart pumps the nutrients to all the areas of our body, kitchen
Yep.
is where it pumps the nutrients to every member of the family.
Yep.
Right?
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Very nice.
Yeah.
Nicely put. Well, I've kept you here long enough. Yeah, it's been a great conversation. Thank you for joining us and teaching us so much. I'm sure everyone listening to this is going to benefit. To everyone else watching this, I highly recommend that you get that directory. I'm going to get it. I think it's high time we start making steps in the right direction towards correcting the wrongs that we've been doing in our kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll see the health benefits too, like Neha did. And she's got pre and post photos on her Instagram page. So I highly recommend you check that out. So you can see it. Like she's tested everything on herself first before like putting it out. Clearly, it's done wonders for us. So on that note, thank you again. I hope you come back to the podcast very soon, and we'll have more things to talk about, to dissect, and laugh about as well.
Oh yes, definitely. Thank you, Rahul,
Yep.
for having me and having this
Yeah.
such a great and ease out conversation. Plus, also providing value to the audiences.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah, next time when you call me, I'm happy to dissect about protein drama, and it would be lovely conversation to have
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, folks. The food things that I asked her to break down. I know that you guys probably use a lot for more of it. This time I could only do a survey for like one day. We'll do for a longer period. So you guys put it in, and then we'll have Neha tell us which one's good or not for our health. But until then, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all at the next episode.